Welcome back. They are your local experts, and Jay Luck is here from Wisconsin Hypnosis.
All right, today we are talking about getting rid of those bad habits, as we always do with you. But why is it that people who are stuck and trapped with bad habits just can't break them?
Well, there's a lot of parts to it. It's mainly just habit patterns and beliefs. However, a lot of it is shame and guilt. So if someone has been trying for a long time to lose weight, it's not working, they feel ashamed about it.
Okay.
Or maybe guilty that they didn't follow through or something like that. Well, those shame and guilt patterns can come from childhood. They can come from 6 months ago. But when you run that, it stops you. Shame and guilt stops you. If you're excited, like the guy that was on a few minutes ago talking about attitude and, doing kindness to people, it's huge what it does. Mayo Clinic has done several studies where they've shown that when you have a great attitude, your immune system is better. When you love yourself, it's better. One of the things that I teach my clients to do is fall in love with themselves. Now that may seem a little strange, but it's amazing.
Even before they break that bad habit.
Yeah, because if they fall in love with themselves, it's really easy to change habits.
So are these emotions why people suffer from being overweight or maybe smoking or stress?
It's a huge part of it.
Okay.
I'll give you a simple example. A smoker, for instance, most of them will start smoking when they're teenagers. So they start smoking because it's cool, and it's part of this cool group, and they're a rebel. Now this is true with vapes as well. But anyway, so this is part of this. So they started to smoke for emotional benefits. Then over time, smoking becomes what they think reduces stress, what they think helps them be calm. Well, it's not true, of course, because Mayo Clinic will tell you your heart rate, your blood pressure goes up, but they have an association that it helps them be calm. Now, no one needed cigarettes before they started smoking to do the things they think cigarettes do. Now, weight loss is similar, except that you can't just stop eating. That's why smokers can quit in one session. But with weight loss, you're running lots of, well, I'll give you a great example. One of our clients not too long ago remembered being 5 years old and her dad put her on a diet. So she runs this thing that she could never lose the weight, that she was destined to be fat. And so she was running shame about it and guilt about it and saw diets as this evil thing instead of realizing, no, it's just changing life. It's loving myself. So my dad said whatever he said. It's loving myself now.
So can breaking these emotions, you can do that through hypnosis?
Yes. So we're teaching people to unhypnotize patterns, habits, and beliefs that have had them stuck. So when you unhypnotize those patterns, habits, and beliefs, now you get to put in new ones. So I like to say it's an unuseful habit we're getting rid of, we're unhypnotizing, and we're hypnotizing in a useful habit. Now, the interesting thing that happens with our clients is that, let's say a weight loss client, they go through this phase of committing to change, really wanting it, starting to follow direction, being a good student. Then they start to realize it's kind of in sync and things are working. Like it's like they'll pick the right foods without having to think about it. But ultimately it runs on autopilot. What I mean by autopilot is they're not thinking about it at all. So they'll come in the office and they'll literally say, how am I going to lose the weight if I'm not even thinking about it anymore? Well, now they're on autopilot, so of course. People that are in great shape don't walk around worrying about whether they're in great shape. It's just the way they live.
Jay, since I've gotten to know you, I've learned a lot about what hypnotism can be. Certainly at our county fair this weekend was one kind of hypnotism, on stage, performance art. Talk a little bit about how a session with you differs from that.
Well, one similar thing is your volunteering. So at a stage show, they volunteer and say, yes, pick me, I want to be silly. When they come in the office, it's the same thing. They're choosing to be there. So that part is the same. The difference is we're not having them cluck like a chicken. So we're teaching them to relax, get very deeply physically relaxed. When the body gets out of the way, then your emotions don't end up with you with a racing heart or tenseness. So when the body gets out of the way, now your mind can just listen and hear and take in the information. Our brain, like our phones, when we get new software, it takes a minute and a half, it's done. Our brains are different. When we're changing that programming, it takes 4 to 6 weeks. So we teach them to repeat things. It eventually becomes the new habit, like I was mentioning before with the weight loss person. So it's reprogramming your brain. But the beautiful thing is you're choosing to do it. No one's doing it to you.
But what I also like about your services is that you will tell people, you know, if they're not able to be hypnotized, if this is not going to work for you, you'll be straight up front honest with them about that.
And the stage show guy might have said something like I say when I do stage shows. People will say, well, how do I know if I can be hypnotized? And the monologue goes like this. Only 3 people can't be hypnotized. Someone who's drunk or on psychotic drugs, or someone who's stupid, or someone who does not want to be. So if someone doesn't want to be, of course they can't be hypnotized. I can't make someone be hypnotized. They have to choose it. And then they're choosing to get the goal, then we help them get the goal.
Well, the place to start is by giving Jay a call for a free screening. In Green Bay, the number is 465-1277.
In Appleton, 954-1277. Online, visit WisconsinHypnosisCenter.com. Make sure to ask about their quit smoking and weight loss written guarantee. Thanks so much, Jay.
Thank you, guys. Okay.